Good evening, Americans. This is your favorite alien on the evening of Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Getting dark here. Uh, Today I'm doing a special commentary that you Americans should view this video, and it's not pro this, anti that, or bad Americans. It's just almost a deja vu from, wow, almost 90 years ago, over 80 years ago, 85 years ago. And I called this commentary, very short commentary, Peace in Our Time. Wow, where have I heard that before? And you Americans have heard it too, except that it wasn't you who said it. No. This was a very famous guy in the 1930s who said, peace in our time. He even went to meet Hitler to get peace in our time. Yes, Americans, you know who I'm talking about. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain. Oh boy. Talk about a guy who didn't understand what he was getting involved in. And Hitler was eating this up, boy. You must admit, this was Hitler's best time. He was eating this up because he had the Prime Minister of Great Britain coming in to see him. And when he left, he says, and we have accomplished peace in our time. The only one who was growling out there was a certain disgraced First Lord of the Almaty. Yeah. Mr. Sir Winston Churchill, poor guy, who was saying, oh boy. And today, we got the ghost of Neville Chamberlain still around. In fact, he has materialized himself in President Joe Biden. Why is he going to Israel? I have no idea. I wouldn't even show my face in Israel right now if I was the American president. But that's him. And you notice that Hamas and its cohorts decided to, hey, what happens if we misfire a rocket in the hospital here and blame it on the Israelis? Kind of what old Hitler did. I gotta go save my German friends in the Sudetenland. I gotta get them. And I gotta blame it on those Czechs and the Slovaks. Yeah, remember? Czechoslovakia. But did he blame it on the Czechs or did he blame it on the Slovaks? That's still up in the air even 85 years later, huh? Oh, well, yeah. Well, he went over there, got his Sudetenland land, and, a couple months later, Mr. Neville Chamberlain has disappeared. He says he's got peace in our time, so... And he got the rest of Czechoslovakia. I like that Hitler thing there. Boy, every time I would read that in history books, I would say, oh my gosh, how dumb can people get? And here we are 85 years later, and we are still that dumb. Nothing has changed. Oh boy. Because you got the President of the United States going over there when he shouldn't be, because now he got himself in a hot potato predicament, not only presidentially here at home, but very diplomatically ouchie over there with the Mr. Turbans, otherwise known as the Arabs. who we're going to meet with him and hightailed it out of town after that one. We don't want to be near that guy here. No, thank you. Yes. Kind of like what happened to Neville Chamberlain after the peace in our time, and Mr. Hitler says, okay, I'll take the Sudeten line, and he gave it to him. Yeah, okay, I'll sign it here. You can have the Sudeten line, and you promise you go no further, right? Yeah, okay. Well, Hamas hasn't promised they go no further. In fact, they went a little further. They killed their own people. Either them or another disgruntled Palestinian group. Yeah. You know. Because Israel would have launched an attack in the hospital when somebody was attacking them. But there hasn't been an attack on Israel's borders to that kind of an extent that would order a missile strike on the hospital. Oh, yeah. And if you don't believe me, think of yourselves in World War II, where you ordered attacks on German cities with civilians. Oh, boy. See what I mean with the thinking Americans? And, you know, you would think that Mr. Neville Chamberlain would be peacefully sleeping in his grave and everything would be long forgotten about the poor guy. And 85 years later, somebody who was born about that time comes back and, oh boy. Something happened. Either Mr. Neville Chamberlain woke up and said, hey, we got the same situation down there 85 years, so let me get inside Mr. Biden here, and yes, peace in our time. Well, this is the end of my commentary, Americans. I just can't believe that it's deja vu again. Now the United States is in a hot potato. He's still going over there. Yeah. That means that he's going to have to put troops on the ground because Hamas is giving him no quarters. And it's like Germany and Hitler and Mr. Neville Chamberlain. Mr. Chamberlain was peace in our time, and Hitler is yanking his chain. And that's what it looks like Hamas is doing to the United States, yanking Mr. Biden's chain, and also saying hatoro at the Israelis. Well, when you got a bull there that's and you got a matador that's kind of like Mr. Chamberlain over there. I forgot my sword. Oh no, what am I going to do here? I just got this little cape. Yahoo! Yeah. It's the 1930s all over again, Americans. Oh boy, I thought I'd forgotten about that. Oh. This is your favorite alien. Good night.